When you first invited me to detox in the way that you're going to describe today, and in the way that I'm inviting my audience to detox, you said a very simple thing to me. A cleanse takes the trash to the curb, and a detox is the trash truck coming to pick it up and dispose of it. And I was like, oh, the Ayurvedic cleansing was taking the trash to the curb. But it was like New York City when the trash workers are on strike, it was just piling up. The trash was not being taken away. And hence the effect of the cleanse was not satisfactory. I am not criticizing Ayurvedic cleansing. I'm simply pointing out my experience and also landing your very contemporary, brutally honest depiction of this world we live in and why we may have toxic loads that were unimaginable back in the day when Ayurvedic cleansing was innovated.
And those principles are absolutely still true of how to go about this. But they also, as you said, never took into consideration all of this garbage that did not exist as Ayurvedic cleansing was evolved, how it occurred. So I'm hoping that this approach smacks of both of those things, that it gives a feeling of acknowledgement to the incredible wisdom that developed over thousands of years, and then an acknowledgement that in the last, 3 generations, we've filled up our bodies with a bunch of things that it's just not used to dealing with. And food isn't the only element. If you run a tap water local quality report on your water and you're getting water through a faucet that isn't from your own well, you're going to see your water provider, the public service provider, say everything is fine. The results undetected, but they don't tell us that they're going by these things called MCLs, which are maximum contamination levels. They don't tell us that those levels are different than health guidelines. And if you do a real water quality test, you're going to wind up seeing things that are over the health guidelines. And when I tested the water for Black Mountain, North Carolina, it came out 10 out of 10 being great. But when we went ahead and did the real water quality, it came out 3.5. That is crazy. We are not getting the right information about our environment. We're not getting the environmental straight scoop. And it isn't just external environment, because people talk all the time about what's in the external environment, but I find that there's 1,000 times greater contamination in our internal environment. We've got radon and we have mold and people using cleaning products and dryer sheets and fresheners and microwave plastics. And the internal environment is just filled up with things, especially, believe it or not, furniture. Like the newly furnished homes have unsafe levels of benzene gas. 70% of them do.
Yeah.
And so it's coming just from the off-gassing of all the garbage, non-natural, synthetic, petroleum-based products that are in our home.
Yeah.
Personal care products, it's hard. There's known carcinogens across all these. And we are constantly putting on pills, potions, powders, and lotions all over our body to try to look better. But I think the best look comes from the inside out. But still, what we're using is quite toxic. Perfumes, 250 different toxic elements in them.
That's exclusive of something like an essential oil, correct?
Correct. And then, depending upon your lifestyle, caffeine and tobacco and alcohol and recreational drugs accumulate over time, as well as medicines, necessary or otherwise. We still have to detoxify, and I consider amalgams a form or medicine that was used to heal a hole whenever there were caries that got removed. And there's significant off-gassing of heavy metals and the removal of the and the exposure of the tissues in the body to heavy metals like mercury. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. You've got basically 10% of pregnant women with elevated levels of mercury. So it's sad. It's scary. I think most people think toxicity feels like something specific. I don't feel toxic, or I've heard somebody say I feel really toxic. But because toxicity affects all of these different organ systems, it can feel like and manifest in one person differently than another. It could be more cognitive in one person. It could be more inflammatory in another. it across the board will change our health span, which is not going to meet our lifespan. It's not going to meet that goal of attaining healthy longevity. It isn't just how long we want to last. It's
Yep.
we want to last healthy.